Good morning, Kilmer community. Today is Thursday, May 4th, 2021. I need to call my uncle because it's his birthday, so I'm glad I remembered that date. So, as a reminder, our core values are respect, responsibility, and empathy. And we continue to work on our SEL strategy of cooperate. So, how are you showing cooperation in school, with your classmates, at home, perhaps? So, this month of May marks Asian American and Pacific Islander History Month. And so, I'm going to be sharing different Asian Americans who have contributed to America in some way. So, I'm going to introduce, well, before we do that, I'm going to share the word of the day because I'm going to use this when I talk about this person. So, this word says subpar. Some of you may already know what sub means. If you think about submarine, for example, what does that mean? And then some of you will know what par means. If you play golf, you know what subpar means in the golf world. So let's look at this. It comes from Latin. And in Latin, sub means like under or below. So submarine would be like underwater, marine being the water. And then par would be standard or usual. So if you think about the word subpar, it means like below the standard, below what is expected as being usual. All right, so let me introduce you to Grace Lee Boggs. Here she is. And this is a picture of her in her older life with her husband. So Grace Lee Boggs was a Chinese American activist and author. She worked on the front line of many social justice causes throughout her long life. She protested inequality against women and smaller racial groups. She was born in Providence, Rhode Island, so our neighbors to the south. Her parents were Chin Lee and Lin Yan Lee. Her Chinese given name was Yu Ping, which means jade peace. She was raised in Queens, New York. When she was younger, she loved reading, writing, and studying so much that she earned a scholarship to attend Barnard College in New York when she was only 16. She went on to receive her PhD in philosophy from Bryn Mawr College in Pennsylvania. And even though she was smart and skilled, she struggled with getting a job in philosophy because at that time, many people discriminated Chinese people, and also because she was a woman. So she was trying to overcome both gender and race inequality. So she ended up taking a job working in the library, making $10 a week. A week. We're not talking about a day. We're not talking about an hour. I'm talking about a whole week. And one of the reasons why she took it is because it came with an apartment with free rent. Her apartment was, where's my word? Her apartment was subpar, below the standard. So she lived in a basement apartment that was infested with rats. And like when she was awake or sleeping, she could just like hear rats in the walls and like running throughout the place. So she actually got fed up with this and decided to go and organize with her neighbors for better living conditions. Her neighbors were primarily people of the Black community. She joined the Workers' World Party, which was an organization that supported the struggles of oppressed people. So in 1950, she moved to Detroit, where there was a lot of activists and a lot of opportunities for activism. She met her husband, Jimmy Boggs, an African-American writer and activist, just like she was. And at that time, interracial marriages were illegal, meaning because he's African-American and because she's Chinese, those were different races and you were not allowed to marry. But they didn't care because they loved each other and they got married anyway. They focused on Black rights. In 1970, they started the National Organization for an American Revolution, which helped to stop the population of Detroit um, Michigan leaving. So the auto industry had pretty much crashed, and people were leaving because there was no food, there was no opportunities for work, etc. So they helped to put in supports to try to encourage people to stay. She and her husband also wrote many books, and which inspired other people to get into activism. Her husband died in 1993 after they had been married 40 years or so. And then at that time, she started some of her own programs. So in 2013, she started the James and Grace Lee Boggs School, which is a charter school for the kids of Detroit. And when she was in her 90s, she started the Detroit Summer Urban Gardening Program. And here people could plant their own food to grow and eat. And also these gardens helped to make the city look more beautiful. By 1998, she had written 4 books, along with a book about herself. In 2011, she wrote a 5th book, The Next American Revolution, Sustainable Activism for the 21st Century. Boggs died in Detroit, Michigan, at the age of 100. So I just think that's fascinating, and we salute her as a Chinese American who participated in activism to support our country. All right. So then, last but not least, let me share a few jokes with you. Oh, let me just say first of all, if you have someone that you would like for me to highlight during Asian American Pacific Islander Month, please send suggestions and ideas my way. So students, I'm looking for your input. Perhaps I can maybe even have you on the screen with me if you are in school in person. All right, so jokes. So I have a joke that came to me from an anonymous student at the upper campus. The joke is, what shoes do the bakers wear? What shoes do the bakers wear? Loafers, of course. You get it? Loaf of bread, loafers. So that's good. I love that one. And of course, keep sending those jokes, whether it's anonymous or whether you want to be noted for it. And then Ann Ashford, one of our staff members, sent me this. Oh no, I only know 25 letters of the alphabet. And someone responds, how come? I don't know why. Oh, that was a good one. All right. And then last but not least, I have this joke that I found. A man walks into a library and orders a hamburger. The librarian says, "This is a library." The man apologizes and whispers, "I'd like a hamburger, please." All right. Okay. So on that note, we love you. We care for you. We are happy to be in the buildings with you and seeing your shiny, bright faces each and every day. We love those who are still working remote but joining us and participating in all those class activities. And on that note, always be your best you and make today and every day a great day. I will see you next time.